Good morning and welcome in for another video. My throat is nearly gone. Time is now 6 o'clock in the morning. Just got up, getting everything sorted. I just need to clean all this mess. You can't really see properly because the cab lights on these DAFs are so intermittent. They are ridiculous. Sometimes they work, sometimes you can't even get them on whatsoever. Fortunately, they're not working this morning, so I've got all these like little spotlights all around to light up the cab, luckily. For today's delivery, is there. That is right. It is there. Because of all the delays yesterday morning, it put me back by about 2 hours because we were just messing about, and that was the client's fault, not mine. We're doing a stock transfer from their Warrington depot to bring it down to Bridgend. And now I arrived at Bridgend last night at about 5:15, maybe 5:20. We're giving them heads up saying I'll be there probably 5:30 because of all the mess up in the morning. Just got to wait for the FLT guys to open up, then we can get unloaded, get reloaded, and then head up and deliver it back to Warrington. So that is today's plan of action. So that's the bedding, all locked away. The curtains, and we've got to tie them down with these. Just been over to the business. They don't actually come in until 7 o'clock, according to the guy who's next door. So I've still got to wait around about 45 minutes or so, which is pretty good for me really, because I still need to just brush my teeth, have a little wash and get a coffee on the go. So to brush your teeth when you're out in the middle of nowhere, it's like camping style when you're roughing it in the campsite. Toothbrush, bit of water, just give it a brush. And you guessed it, it's the same for when you wash your face. Just got to cup it in a bit of water, cup some water in your hand, and start to wash yourself with it, really. It's not very glamorous, I know, but you got to make do with what you got, haven't you? And at the moment, I've just got a 5 litre bottle of water. If you're new to trucking or you're tramping out or whatever like that, you're new, always keep one of these in your cab at least, because they're so handy. If you like cups of coffee, having a wash, do your teeth, etc. There's plenty of water there, isn't there? Always keep them topped up. And you can buy them for, I think it's like £1.40 at Tesco's. So not expensive at all. But at least I feel a little bit more awake and alive though. And whilst the kettle's boiling, might as well prepare a bit of breakfast. And for today, I've got some spam. It's quite a bit there actually, so I'm probably going to use half of that, and then I'll put half of it back in the tin, wrap it up and stick it in my little fridge for a bit, and I can have it later on. Fresh jar of coffee, ready and open. Got some Manuka honey, because my throat, and instead of sugar. I think the water's ready. A few sprays of oil. Let's get cooking the spam. I'm using the excess hot water from the kettle. Go clean our chopping board that we use for the meat. The same for the knife. Got some washing up liquid in there, give it a little bit of a scrub, and then it's all fresh and ready to go. Coming along nicely, if I say so myself. Throw it on a couple of pieces of bread, and away you go. One of the good things about having spam instead of bacon in your truck is because you can keep it inside your shelving units instead of using the fridge all the time, so you don't have to keep it chilled. That is one tasty boy. Right, it's 7:05. Let's see if these are ready for their delivery. And if you are new to the channel, welcome in, and also welcome in if you're one of the regulars as well. I really do appreciate the support, folks. A little bit about myself. My name is Darren. I'm a Class 1 driver. I record and vlog everything Monday to Friday, everything to do with HGV driving, but also I do family holidays and family outings or truck fest. Anything that was interesting, I'll do a little bit of a vlog for. I do try my best though to upload for 7 o'clock. I set it for 7 o'clock, but sometimes YouTube likes to mess around with it and put it up for 8:10 or something for some reason. I don't know why, it just changes on its own sometimes. So I do apologise for people who are waiting around at 7 o'clock for the videos. That is the reason why sometimes they are a little bit late. The client is in now as well, and they can accept the delivery, but what I need to do is wait for the air pressure to build up on the truck, because it's been stood overnight. The air pressure is just not there at the moment, so it's just about to get there. I need to drive onto the main road, and then I need to reverse it in on my good side through the car park into where their loading bay is. Let's get it started. The throat is still gone though. has been the last few days. Just take it as much of the yard as you can. Get the afterlights on so other people know what I'm doing. Got pedestrian there walking. Not to rush that pedestrian is there to get out of the way. Just got to make sure there's no street lights on the other side. Try and make a line in your head as well on your good side where the back axles are to follow. An imaginary line. Or sometimes they have splits in the pavement where the axles just come up to now. It's always a good line to follow. Straighten it up. And I'm heading towards that cone. So that's like a good point in the car park where they can unload from both sides. Straight in I go. Should be out there because we've got cars on the other side. Plenty of space there for them, isn't there? Whilst they're unloading the truck, might as well take advantage and give me a little bit of a hoover in the truck. I got all this dirt and everything in the truck yesterday because of the yard I was collecting from. It was just like a swamp, it was awful. So let's give this a little bit of a polish and clean up. It's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better than what it was. You've got to look after your trucks. That's rule number one. Always keep them clean. Oh yeah, so much better. So much cleaner. Excuse all the charging wires everywhere. Stick some honey in it and ready to go. Cleaning done. Time to put feet up, play a bit of Witcher 3 and wait for them to get loaded. All ready to go, all loaded with a new load. And I've got to wait for the air pressures to build up. Reset the driving height. Come on, air pressure. There we go. Cool. Wasn't too bad. Now I need to do a left turn ideally, but he's parked where he is. Should be able to just get around actually. Just got to edge out slowly. Stick my head out, hopefully somebody will see. Straight down. Oh no, go straight down. Reverse back for me please, bud. Don't carry on going. There should be enough space there actually. At least it's not where they did. Sometimes you get them just ignoring you and going straight down towards you. Then you're like, I'm stuck mate, can you just back up for me please? Cheers bud. I've got about a 4-hour drive ahead of me now. So it's 9 o'clock at the moment. Sat nav saying due back at 1:20, but I need to take my break for 15 minutes at least for the working time directed by 10 o'clock. So I've got 1 hour drive, 15-minute break, and then I'll drive a little bit more as well. ...208 miles in total. And where we are at the moment in Bridgend, it's pretty much just off the M4. So it's not all that bad. There's no like little country lanes for us to go down. It's just straight on the M4, cut across the bridge to the M5, jump up, country roads, but got this little village here we came through. It's all 20 miles per hour on here as well, so it's got to slow it down a little bit. Looks a nice little village, Bridgend, to be fair. First time I've ever been round here. Cut out of the way. Cardiff as well. I've never been Cardiff or Swansea. Might be quite a nice little holiday city break to either of destinations. Got some more cough medicine as well yesterday, so hopefully the cough medicine helped throat a little bit. Still a little bit hoarse at the moment, isn't it? God, that's a chapel then on the left hand side, that little building. So you've got to constantly keep checking all your mirrors, making sure we're all okay for positioning, etc. There's the headloo, otherwise known as the police. And I'm going to jump onto the services whilst there's one just here, so then I can switch my camera angle over and do a bit of time-lapse videos. Lovely view on the right hand side though. Hoping with it being getting on the traffic, it's not going to be too bad for it being 9 o'clock. I take it shops is going to be the services. Oh no, they're over there. Quite busy roundabout this one as well. More busy than what I thought it would be. Luckily there is traffic lights on it, on some sections anyway. Just be careful of that van on the left hand side, it's getting a little bit close then. Don't really know which lane I need to be in. I think I might have to be in the next lane across. There's no road markings on the floor of services. There's over there, but not on this side of the roundabout, which is a bit odd. Yeah, there's nobody in that lane as well, so that's good. Keep indicating across. There we go, welcome break. Right, that's on. That word yesterday, what I thought was a destination in Wales, is actual services. So to spell services in Welsh is G-W-A-S-A-N-A-E-T-H-A-U. That is how long the word services is in Welsh. I don't know why they need it so long, but hey, that's what it is. It's how they spell it. Oh, over the top really, isn't it? Overkill in letters. Caravans, coaches, HCVs. Right here. Looks quite a nice service station, this one actually. Bridgend services. Looks a bit of a different design, doesn't it, with the roof. Just got to park it here next to this, guys. Straight out then for the exit. take the seatbelt off when reversing. Just get a little bit more movement, can't you? Stick your head right out the window. Right, that's me done. I've decided to stick on a 15-minute break now instead, so I don't really have to stop as much on the way down, so I don't have to worry about me working time directive. It's just me driving time, then I'll have to take a 30-minute later on. Looks to be a small services, but that's quite nice though, to be fair. Yeah, very small, but nice and clean. I've been driving now 2.5 hours, no traffic whatsoever. You come to Birmingham on the M5, we're stood still in traffic. But it seems up ahead on the other side of the road, might have been an accident previously, or there's something on the road to try and clean up, maybe. They've had cones out. Looks like they're just finishing off doing what they're doing actually. Oh no. It's a pothole. Yeah, it looks a bit like a pothole actually. They got a bit of spray marking on the floor. So 2 lanes are closed off from that. So traffic southbound, it's just going to be an absolute nightmare for that now, isn't it? But always builds up around here on the M5 when you're coming into Birmingham. We need a road like a motorway type thing, which just diverts past Bridgend completely. Might relieve the traffic pressure a little bit then as well. These gonna let me out. Yeah, it's moved over. Thank you. I need to stay in this lane ideally. Traffic starts building up again in a second. You got a lot of people coming off the slip road to the left, and then we're in about 1.5 miles, we're going to be going to the right anyhow. Overall, traffic's been pretty good today. Nice smooth sailing all the way down for the last 2.5 hours. Oh, it being a Friday as well. Ooh, I want to get back on a good time, don't I? I want to be getting back at a good time for sure. So it's Phil's wedding a little bit later on as well, so congratulations to Phil and your partner, if you do watch this. All the best to you both. Nope, slowing down again. probably going to be like this now until we get past around the Hilton services, then up and back up. And I've got an hour and a half until destination and an hour and 50-minute driving time left, so that's what I might make it. I'll probably stop off around like limb services or something, take me half hour, then continue. And then get to our destination in Goulburn for around 2:15, maybe 2:30, depends on no traffic. Oh, you try to sneak in there, bud? Bloody hell. Hopefully the truck had any option there to let him through. I hate driving up around the M6 and the M5, this area. Yeah, it's getting worse as well now. The other side of the road is backed up for probably like 5 or 6 miles, pretty much gridlocked. Going the M5 south from Birmingham. Now we're just coming up to where the M5 meets the M6. So you always get a little bit of traffic from here because of the congestion. So hopefully it is just congestion and not because of an accident. It seems to be moving a little bit on the bridge, doesn't it, the trucks? But the other side is screwed. Ooh, oh, you're not travelling down this weekend, guys, down south. Going away on a long weekend, away to like Devon or something. You gotta come past Birmingham. Good luck if you are. Got another crash again. Southbound on the M6. Got a Clio in the back house of a van. Yeah, looks like hitting some whack as well because the front end's right off. Alright, BMWs, keep guys on the road, bud. Oh my god, the M6. There's always accidents on the M6. So many each week. I read somewhere as well the M6 has been rated the worst motorway in the UK. And do you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm really not. So far, so good. Making really good progress on time at the moment. It's 10 to 2. I've got to stick it on a half-hour break. Made it to limb services with 10-minute driving time left. So winning at the moment, really are. Probably get there about 2:45, 3 o'clock, and then unload and then back to the yard. Could be us done for the day. I don't know yet though. So stay tuned to see what happens later in the video. Can't beat a Greg's steak bake pasty though. Is it just me though? Oh, are these pasties got like half the size of what they used to be, say 5 years ago? But now it used to be like 150, but now they're like 250. So we're paying like £1 extra for something half the size. Pretty crazy, isn't it? I just remember them being a little bit bigger, that was all. But I can't eat this inside the cab, so I've got to eat it first before I get in because crumbs just get everywhere, don't they? Heavens are just opened up out of nowhere. Nice and dry and sunny, and the next minute it's watching like a bloody wall of rain. It's crazy how heavy that came down then. Job at Goulburn all done. On to our next and final one. It's a collection from the jam factory we was at last week. Hopefully they go load us up correctly this time, not miss out 4 pallets. Yes, that happened last week. I got loaded up and said I was good to go. Then he had to go back about an hour later in a Bridgend because they forgot 5 pallets. As you do. I don't know how the hell they managed to do that. He wasn't too bad though. Managed to get in and out for the remaining pallets. I'll let these kids across. Hopefully that car waits on that roundabout. Ooh, that Mercedes nearly went into the back end of them though. So a couple of miles down the road anyhow, it's not too bad. It's at least on the way towards the depot. It's got to be a full trailer load from this place. God, it's still quite warm, but the weather is so miserable outside. It's the only bad thing about doing HGV driving is the bloody weather sometimes. When it's hammering down, you just get absolute soaking wet. It's not fun. Just have to remember as well to keep that little bit more distance from the vehicles in front. It's a little bit wet. Stopping distance, etc. is all increased, isn't it? Here's one for you. When I was in my Renault, right, if anybody, like the kids just then for example, you might have seen on the camera, they was on the side of the road and they were doing that movement to like sound your horn. Well, when I was in a Renault, it was an air horn, so it was like dead loud, it's going like, ah. But this MAN that I'm in, it sounds like a little car horn, it's like a little toot. So when people start doing that, I don't like doing the horn because it just doesn't sound like a proper truck horn, it sounds like a little car. So it's like quite embarrassing really, isn't it, when they go, hey, send your horn. It's like you sound a horn, it's like meep meep. Instead of it being like a proper like type noise. So yeah, if any kids or anybody that watches this, like if you ever do it towards me, I won't be able to do it unfortunately because the noise is just not there. I'm not ignoring you, it's just that the sounds are just not as good. Traffic's building up already. The M6 was quite heavy after we got past Lim services. It's a little stop start through there. They're coming off at the junction as well of Haydock. Quite a lot of traffic built up. East Lakes traffic looks like it's getting heavy already. It is a Friday after all, and it's 3:15, so you got the school rush hour, haven't you? Got to contend with all that extra traffic. Let's turn it down a little bit. I hate this roundabout because you've got these flanks on both sides and it's really busy. You just get people flying across the roundabout 50 miles an hour. And with a truck, it just takes that little bit longer to accelerate. So you gotta wait for a nice little gap before you can jump across. The MANs as well, even when you got no weight on you, they like to spin quite a lot. Doesn't get great traction when there's a little bit of water on the ground. So when you do have weight on you, it's a bloody nightmare sometimes when you try and set off from a junction. it just wheel spins, so it takes like an extra 5 or 6 seconds to pull out. So if you are a car driver and you're not really aware too much about trucks, when you get a truck, you see loads of videos where there's a truck on a roundabout or a junction and pull out, and then the car starts kicking off saying, oh, you need to be pulling out straight away. The driver at the time, it was clear for them to pull out. 9 out of 10 times. I'm not going to excuse every single truck driver, because there are some really bad drivers at the same time. But however, you got to take in a bit of consideration that it takes that little bit longer for the truck to pull out. Because one, if it's wet, you're losing traction, so it slows them down. Two, if you've got a heavy load, it just, again, the weight of it just slows them down tremendously. So it's not always the truck driver's fault. You just gotta anticipate it that little bit better than some of the car drivers. Yeah, I don't know if you agree on that, but that's my point of view on it. Overall though, last night was quite a good night out, quite peaceful. The bed unfortunately isn't the most comfiest. It's quite a hard bed, these MENs. The mattress isn't the thickest, it's only probably about that thick, give or take. So you feel every bit of hard plastic underneath the bed, digging in your ribs and your back. So I woke up a few times, like a bit sore, I was like, oh god, I've got to roll over, try and get a bit more comfier. So other than that, it was alright actually last night, no interruptions or anything, nice and safe, the location where it was at, nicely lit up. So if you are staying out in services, I mean not in services, you're staying on a industrial estate, just make sure it's well lit. And what is a good benefit as well, if there's like a business which is 24 hours and they're running their operation throughout the night, if you stay near that location, you're more safe as well, less likely to be targeted. I was saying this to Leanne as well last night, sometimes the industry estates are more safer than the truck stops themselves. Well, the service stations on the motorways, that is anyway. That is because on the service station on the motorways, because all the trucks are sandwiched in together, you can't see what's happening on the other side of the trucks. Obviously the trucks are blocking the views of potential theft, what could be going on. Instead of sitting on that right hand line because of all the traffic, I'm going to hit the left and go right around this roundabout. It's probably a little bit easier when it's this busy. Hopefully they'll all go push up, leave a little bit of space for me to get through. Hope the audio's coming through alright for you as well on this camera angle. Wow, that rain is coming right down, isn't it? Bloody hell, Phil, hope you get good pictures for your wedding, mate. Me and Leanne have finally got our date set as well for our wedding. Whilst we're on the wedding subjects, I'm going for the 5th of November 2025. So in 2 years time, so I've got to try and save up as much as I can now, so I can start paying off bloody everything. Not cheap are the weddings these days, they're bloody really expensive. You can easily spend bloody 10 to 20 grand, can't you? Quite easily on weddings. I'm just hoping the weather as well on the 5th of November is going to be nice, because we've got an idea on ahead, like if it'll be nice weather, dry anyhow, and a dark night, then you got all the fireworks going off, and it'll be like quite cosy, get some fire burners on the go. It'll be a nice evening, but if it's throwing it down like this, then it can change everything, can't it? Nobody wants a wet wedding, do they? A bit of wheel spin again. And again. Just sliding around these wheels on this truck. I've not even got a weight on either, so a little bit later on, what I'm going to be collecting from here as well, it's going to be a full load. It's probably going to be about 20 tonne plus. It's going to be a heavy one. An eye on the left hand side, making sure the trail doesn't cut around the corners. God, this weather is absolutely horrible. Oh my God, this next delivery is outside as well. Not collection, shall I say, it's outside. Well, I've got a waterproof coat in my bag anyway, like a proper waterproof one, so that's going over the top of my other waterproof jacket. Oh, horrendous. Traffic's backed right up as well, going into Ashton. Okay, here's one for you. I'm quite interested to know what other people's opinions are on lollipop people. Now, the reason why I say that, okay, because I'm all for lollipop people helping out traffic, especially when it's school time, kids, make sure it's all safely. But however, recently you start getting them on traffic lights, and it kind of defeats the object, because I thought they were meant to be at like zebra crosses and stuff. But these lights here in Ashton, there's 3 different junction lights, and you have 3 different lollipop people on each one. So then they're constantly running across, stopping traffic when it's on a green light to let people cross the road, and then it just causes chaos around here because it's like extra lights changes, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Because you got your normal traffic lights what are changing to go like left or right on the T junctions, and then you got a lollipop person on each of the junction stopping traffic as well as the red lights themselves. So it just causes chaos around this area. So like I say, if it's on a zebra crossing or something, then 100% I don't mind that. But when they start just throwing them everywhere, all over traffic lights and junctions and stuff, you know, it's kind of more of a disruption really, especially if it's only like 1 or 2 people. It's not exactly 30, 40 people crossing the road, is there? A little bit of an overkill, if you ask me. I'll turn that heat down up again. God, it's Halloween this month, isn't it? Not next month. God, this year has gone so quick. It really has. All the Halloween decorations are out there in the card shop to the left. Greenhall's bakeries, they're all starting it as well. Halloween celebrations. Always double check your blind spots as well when you're stopping and starting through town centres, just in case you get anybody try and cross the road in front of you. One of your blind spots around there, always double check that mirror before you leave any stationary position. I've got about on my own half to go as well. It's not too bad. Like these people here now, instead of going into the crossing, they're coming over like right in front of my truck, underneath in my blind spot. Don't know if the camera actually picked them up then, to be honest with you. Made it here in one piece at the jam factory, rocking around as the forklift bashes the trailer. It's like, whoa. There's 2 of them doing a forklifting as well, so it shouldn't take too long. There's only 23 pallets. So I'm hoping I'll be back to the yard by 1:45, give or take. Finishing for about 5:10, maybe 5:30. So that's good, that, because that's still 11.5 hours. Winning. All unloaded, back at the yard, trailer sorted out, and it's 5:30. I've just been given the run for Monday as well. Possible night out, depends on traffic, getting down there with Birmingham, etc. We know what that's like. 4 AM in the morning start. First drop is going to be at Bristol, and then the second one is just south of Dudley. Long distance to go, but should hopefully make it back in one day. Luckily it's the weekend, so I can let my throat rest a little bit, because my throat is sore at the moment. It sounds like I'm losing my voice, so it's a little bit husky at the moment, so I do apologise about that one. Cough seems to be getting a little bit worse as well throughout the day. But I'm going to leave the video there for now, so thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again next time. Have a great weekend. Bye for now.